2024 was a pretty big audiobook year for me. I would love to talk about some of my favorite audiobooks that I read this year and give you some recommendations because some of these books were just like top tier 10-star reads. Firstly, I am just going to recommend anything that Natalie Haynes has written because not only does she write the books, but she also then narrates them for the audiobooks. And I do truly believe that these are the best audiobooks I have ever listened to in my life. I listened to Pandora's Jar, A Thousand Ships, and Stone Blind. And I do think that my favorite so far has been Pandora's Jar. In fact, I think that's in my like top 5 reads this year, just in general. Speaking of Greek mythology books, I really enjoyed both Antigone Rising and Wake Siren. Wake Siren is fiction and Antigone Rising is nonfiction, and they both have approachable ways of breaking down myths. I also recently listened to Prophet Song, and that was an experience. Oh my God. My brain ceased to function, and I just laid staring at the ceiling and I loved it. Real Americans was amazing. There were multiple narrators for all the characters, and the way that the story came together was just so beautiful. And then 3 audiobooks that to me felt very much like almost like an oral storytelling experience was Lone Women, The Djinn Waits 100 Years, and Warrior Girl Unearthed. All 3 of those books I have not been able to stop thinking about since I read them earlier this year. Rouge was an incredibly interesting audiobook experience. I cannot stop thinking about that as well. And then The Unmaking of June Farrow. I read the book, I cried. I then listened to the book, I cried. So there's really crying either way, but good crying. So those are some audiobooks that I really enjoyed this year. I highly recommend all of these. If you have any recommendations for any really great audiobooks, I'm also just entering my audiobook era, so I would be totally curious to know what you would recommend. In the meantime, though, happy reading. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.